Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. XRP hit 41 cents for the first time since November, and whales have been trading it like crazy. I got an article, I'm going to share with you some specifics on that. And we've seen Bitcoin today rise to over $23,000. So the bears of a few weeks ago, a lot of them starting to change their tune here, and I'll share with you what some are expecting to come up here in short order, including Bitcoin to shoot past $30,000. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's an inevitability. It's just kind of a question of time, but some people think that's going to happen sooner than later. Plenty to discuss, but before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So I record this XRP sitting just a hair shy of 41 cents, Bitcoin at 22,881 bucks, market cap for the asset class still over a trillion, and Bitcoin dominance 41.91%. And so you can see here the 24-hour high for Bitcoin, and I do love seeing this, broke above 23,000 to hit $23,322.14. And the lovable, cuddly little retail lemmings out there, they're feeling all right. They're not excited, but they're not feeling too bad. Here's a Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 53 out of 100. So again, no fear for them. And take a look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP reclaims 41 cents, beats Cardano to become most traded token among top 100 BSC whales. XRP has overtaken Cardano to become the most traded token among the top 100 whales on the Binance Smart Chain network. The development comes shortly after XRP finally recaptured the price point at 41 cents for the first time since November. Yeah, and I'll just, anytime there's a positive headline like this, I frequently reflect on all of the people who at the end of 2020 and the beginning part of 2021, after Ripple was sued, claiming that it was the end of XRP, it was going to cease to exist, as if XRP's existence and success were actually forever intertwined with Ripple, as if there's nobody else building on top of the XRP ledger. You know, it's as if it were the case that most people that purchase XRP for the first time even know Ripple exists. We know that's not true. Attorney John Deaton has sworn affidavits, testing as much. Most people that purchase XRP for the first time have never even heard of Ripple. And so anyway, to see here, now over 2 years later, that XRP is not only still in existence, but still in the top 10 cryptos by market cap and getting a ton of attention from whales, I'm just like, there you go. Did you actually think it would be any different? I always think of Rand Nooner when I talk about this, but it is what it is, man. Anyway, piece continues. Whale Stats, a blockchain-based whale tracking platform, recently called the attention to the achievement. Just in, XRP flipped Cardano for most traded token among top 100 BSC whales. Whale Stats disclosed through its Twitter handle. Now, further insight from its official website reveals that XRP also sits among the top 10 crypto-traded assets by the 100 largest BSC whales in the past 7 days, securing the 8th position and towering over assets such as Bitcoin Cash and DAI. The asset is also in the 8th position of the top 10 most purchased tokens by these whales, with an average purchase amount of $15. And look, I'll tell you, and I've mentioned this before, but most of the time that I've been holding XRP, I've actually been down. Now, at the current point, I'm up substantially, but that's why I keep saying, like, for me, it's so obvious that it's rather than timing the market, it's time in the market that actually matters. And I was looking at what I think is probably my second largest holding, which happens to be HBAR. I was mentioning it yesterday because it was the top performing coin out of the top 100 cryptos by market cap, and I know a ton of you out there, my fellow XRP holders, are gigantic fans of HBAR as well. And I just thought I'd share a little personal information on that front. Because look, I have at this point, a completely unreasonable amount of HBAR. It is a gigantic holding. Now, XRP is still my largest holding. But, I've been down on HBAR for most of the time that I've been holding it. But I more than doubled my holdings from May through November of last year. So as it was going down, I was just like, well, I'm going to buy more. And it turns out that my average buying price, which I calculated, ended up being about 7.5 cents. I did calculate it after talking about this on the video yesterday. 7.5 cents. So, when we had that capitulation event with FTX Ponzi scheme falling apart, uh, you know, that capitulation event, I mean, fine, it shattered my net worth, but I didn't care. I didn't emotionally respond to the negative. I got excited, and I purchased a crazy amount of HBAR and some other stuff, but HBAR specifically, and I bought it as low as 4.4 cents, and yesterday it got as high as 7.9 cents. Just a massive run up yesterday. And so for that moment, I was in the positive. Now I'm technically a hair down on my investment, but I was way down for a long time. And the reason I'm even sharing this is just to kind of point out, I don't really care when I'm down. I don't feel stupid. I don't think I made a bad decision. I can't time the market. So for me, that's why it just makes sense to accumulate and then sit there and do absolutely nothing. And I'm focusing more so on the quantity of the crypto that I'm holding rather than necessarily what it's worth. I mean, yeah, I'll check that from time to time, sure, but I get more excited by knowing what my total quantity held is. And then I think in terms of like when XRP runs, when HBAR runs, when new all-time highs are hit by these coins, which I think will happen. I just don't pretend to know when. When that happens, it's like I'm done for life if I want to be. Like, I don't have to do anything ever again. You know what I mean? And so that's why I was mentioning yesterday. It's like my calculus in determining like how much money I was actually going to put into crypto was, if I lose this money, is it going to change my life to the negative? Nah, it sucked that I don't have that money. It is a lot of money. It's real money. But on the flip side, if I'm right, and this goes just to new all-time highs, just one time, even for just these two coins for me, that's life-changing to the positive. And so I can't wait to see what happens, but to me it seems like an inevitability. It's like even if for me, if HBAR gets to like anywhere close to $1, and then you got chart analyst Credible Crypto, hundreds of thousands of followers, and I respect his opinion tremendously. He thinks when it pops, we're going to be looking at a range of like more like $2 to $5 for HBAR. So we'll see what happens. Nobody knows for sure, but all this to say, it just makes sense to hold. And if you think about in terms of adoption of this entire asset class, holy earliness. Look at this. This is a tweet from Willy Woo, one of the most famous popular analysts out there. He's got 1 million followers on Twitter. And he shared this chart as actually this past October. But, and I think I mentioned it in a video once, but it's worth repeating just to kind of frame things and get some perspective on what's going on here. You can actually visualize on this chart, for those of you looking at your screen, just how early are. And this is an adoption curve chart. And it shows the world population going up from 1980, up to today. And you can see what happened with the internet. Well, starting back at 1990, it started to slowly increase, but then you reach this exponential clip. Well, similarly, with this yellow line at the bottom, that's what Bitcoin's doing right now. So it's exciting to know how early we are, even specifically for Bitcoin. And I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere, honestly, at this point. I'm more convinced of that. I was less convinced half a decade ago when I jumped into crypto. Not that I thought that Bitcoin would go away, but I'm definitely more convinced that it's here to stay at this particular point for a number of reasons. But so as exciting as that is, I'm sitting here looking at my XRP holdings, and I'm like, way less than a percent of humans on the planet. Way less. It's like probably 0.005% of humans on the planet hold XRP. And I firmly believe that this asset class is going to be flooded with money. There's going to be another euphoric stage in investing in crypto again. And that's why the everyday person, all of us, have the opportunity to achieve truly life-changing wealth. It's not hyperbole. It's real. And it's been happening to people for 14 years. There's never been something like this for the existence of our entire species. And here we are at the advent of this, living through it. This opportunity won't be here forever, but it is here right now. It's just astonishing. Then I want to share with you this. This is a story from the Daily Hodl. Crypto analyst says Bitcoin eyeing massive surge after breaking through major hurdle. Here's the timeline. A widely followed analyst believes that Bitcoin is setting the stage for a major move to the upside. Pseudonymous crypto strategist Kaleo, I don't know how to pronounce. Maybe I heard somebody say it. Kaleo, is that right? I don't freaking. I'm just going with Kaleo until somebody corrects me. So I'll go with Kaleo. Tells his 555,100 Twitter followers that Bitcoin is likely gearing up for a massive breakout that could send the king of crypto to a level not seen since June 2022. When this finally breaks through, we'll see a glorious God candle to $30,000. Just don't think today is the day it's going to happen. Be careful and don't get too greedy yet, friends. That was a quote from him. And then he wrote here separately, $30,000 as a magnet. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Now, again, to me, I hope he's right and it's sooner than later. But either way, This is why I absolutely think that my stupid, unsophisticated approach to investing is the best approach to investing for just well, certainly for myself, but I think data shows like the people that behave like me and just don't do anything. There's so much, even if you're talking about the stock market, those are the people that end up being profitable over time, not the people getting in and out of positions, which is exactly why, again, as I was saying a few minutes ago, when I'm down in an investment, I do not care. It's not an indication that things are going to be like that forever. To me, it frequently just represents an opportunity. And so when Bitcoin hits $30,000, where do you think that's going to put XRP? What do you think is going to happen to XRP when we get positive legal clarity, assuming that happens, regarding the SEC v. Ripple case? I think it's just going to absolutely rocket. You know, there are a lot of smart, really wealthy people out there that invested in XRP specifically because they're happy to play the odds, and they think that there's going to be a positive ruling, and XRP is just going to be worth a fortune just from that. There is so much to look forward to here, and fine, things could go disastrously wrong, but I'm very optimistic for this. Kaleo also says he sees Bitcoin forming similar patterns as it had in 2019, when it surged from $3,000 to around $14,000 in a matter of weeks. He adds Bitcoin will likely gain in dominance in the crypto markets, drawing liquidity from altcoins. He also forecasts Ethereum's ratio to Bitcoin ETH/BTC to dip as the King crypto extends its run. Yeah, so that does tend to happen. Now, at this point, although Bitcoin dominance has been increasing, it's a hair shy of 42% at the time I'm recording this, there's still, we have seen increases with other coins, but in terms of dominance, yes, Bitcoin's eating into that, but I'm happy to see that. For the biggest rallies, I don't know if there's an exception, like as far as I can recall anyway, every time you've had the beginning of a monster rally, I mean, dominance does increase for Bitcoin. And it's always Bitcoin that leads it, I know that, but even in terms of dominance, and then eventually, you know what happens? People start to take profits from Bitcoin, and they'll roll them into large cap coins, and mid cap coins, and small cap coins, and rinse and repeat. So, you know, XRP, although historically it lags behind Bitcoin in terms of performance, so what? I don't care, it's going to be glorious, because XRP historically, when it runs, it really runs. It's going to hit a new all-time high, I firmly believe that. If I'm wrong, fine, then I'll just see it go to zero and cry myself to sleep every day. But I don't believe for a moment that's going to happen. By all available information, it's being wildly adopted, and crypto is clearly here to stay. So what do you think is going to happen? What a time to be alive. All right. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.